Hello, welcome back to the Mortal Realms. So we've got the premium kit 1 today. Let's have a look. So we've got Flesh Eater Quartz. So let's quickly get the stuff out of this box so we can have a better look. We've got a magazine, a fairly thick magazine actually, probably thicker than a usual issue of Mortal Realms. A couple of sprues of, what are these? Crypt Horrors, are they? Crypt Flayers, I beg your pardon. 2 of those. 2 large sprues of Crypt Ghouls, I believe. We've got 1 sprue of an Aberrant Archregent. We've got some Athonian Camoshade, and we've got quite a few bases, so 3 large ones, 2 slightly larger ones, 1 looks like a 32, I think that's for the Archregent, and then a whole bunch for the Crypt Ghouls. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20 of those. So 26 bases in total. Again, different sizes. Let's get into the magazine and find out why. Because I had thought that all of the Crypt Ghouls were just to go onto the little tiny bases. But we've got some other sizes there as well. I will do a separate build and paint guide for all of this, even if it may take me a week or 2 to get to it, because I've got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. But let's have a look through the magazine. What have we got? In this issue, each premium issue of Mortal Realms features a faction from one of the Grand Alliances. This issue focuses on the Flesh Eater Courts, armies of insane cannibals led by vampiric monsters. After it's built and painted, your new Flesh Eater Courts army will be a terror on the tabletop in an exciting battle plan that sees them combat the Stormcast Eternals. You'll need the full rules of Warhammer Age of Sigmar to play, which will be coming in a future issue of Mortal Realms. Okay, so again, so all of this stuff gets split up and is filed into our Mortal Realms folder. So what have we got? Flesh Eater Courts Part 2. A bit about the Aberrant Archregent himself. Some stuff about Crypt Flayers and Crypt Ghouls. Build guide, paint guide. And then we've got their War Scrolls. And then finally we've got a bit called Kingdom of the Cannibals. A new battle plan for you to play using your new miniatures. There's also a piece of terrain to cut out of the inside back cover. Okay, very cool. So, right, Flesh Eater Courts. In every corner of the realms, nightmarish tales are told of the Flesh Eater Courts. Mortals driven mad by hunger, these cannibal cults live in shadowed ruins of their towns and cities, surviving on a diet of rancid flesh and bone. When drawn to war, they will feast upon the bodies of the dead. Okay. Then we've got some stuff about the Aberrant Archregent, which is a really cool model. This model used to be gold dust just a few months ago. I think it came in one of the battle boxes or something like that came out about 18 months ago, but that's the only place you could get it. And I remember when Mortal Realms was announced and that this model was going to appear as part of the premium stuff, people were going mad thinking, God, this model's going to be worth 60 quid. And, you know, amazing stuff. But subsequently it got released on its own by GW about 6 weeks ago, I think. Maybe a little bit longer than that. But yeah, but anyway, it's a cool model. And if you want to see it built and painted and all that sort of stuff, just subscribe and I'll get there as soon as possible. Each Aberrant Archregent sees itself as a regal king or emperor. In truth, they are the cursed, twisted heirs of the Carrion King. Each is capable of slaughtering their way through an entire army. It is through these creatures that the Carrion King's curse is spread across the realms. Okay, then we've got some stuff about our Crypt Flayers. Now, interestingly, I actually own a few of these, and the kits, I believe, I don't know if these are the exact same ones, but if you choose to, you can build Crypt Horrors. I'm not positive you can do that with these ones. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same ones, but I know that you can build Crypt Horrors, which are, you know, they've got similar poses and that kind of stuff, but they haven't got the big wings, you know. Anyway, Crypt Flayers and Crypt Infernal Courtiers haunt the night skies, soaring above the battlefield like dark shadows. They swoop down with lightning speed, snatching victims off their feet. And then we've got some stuff about our Crypt Ghouls. Stinking drool drips from jaws running across rotting fangs. Crypt Ghouls and Crypt Ghast Courtiers howl and hiss their loyalty to their king, even as they scuttle into battle at his command. Okay, then we've got our build guide. So, yes, this doesn't explain here why we've got some of those larger bases. No idea. It's just a bit of a packing error or something like that. Okay, so Aberrant Arch Regent first, and it's not an easy build, I don't believe. Sorry, it's an easy build, but it's not a push fit. In fact, none of these are. Then our Crypt Flayers. As I remember, these are a bit of a pain to put together. And then our Crypt Ghouls. And then the painting guide, which I love, because it's a really simple start to get a really cool effect straight away. So literally Corax White, smother it in Athonian Camoshade, and dry brush some Corax White. And dare I say it, if you just put them on the tabletop just from that, you would probably get away with it. But yeah, quite in depth. Now, the paints used in this, right, there you go. You have some of these paints already, but others will come with future issues of Mortal Realms. A set of Citadel skulls for the model's bases will come with a future issue as well. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good. That's very good. Okay, finished models. Right, so there's our 3 Flayers. There's our Arch Regent. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's our 20 ghouls there as well, so that's good. Okay, then we've got our Flesh Eater's Court's War Scrolls. I'll start with the Aberrant Arch Regent. So he's quite a hefty dude. He's got 7 wounds, which isn't amazing, but it's not bad either. Saves on a 4-up, which ain't that great either. But he does 7 attacks with 3-up hits and wounds, which is good. Rend -1. That is good. What else has he got? He's a wizard. So he can fire Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and Ferocious Hunger spells. Ferocious Hunger, the Archregent's dark sorcery raises its minions' cravings to still greater heights. It has a casting value of 6. If successfully cast, pick one friendly Flesh Eater Court's unit wholly within 24 inches of the caster and roll a d3. Add the roll to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons used by that unit until your next hero phase. So that's really good. So you could add an extra 3 attacks to that unit. So that's good. Command abilities, it's got Summon Imperial Guard. With a snap of its fingers, the Archregent summons some of its most trusted warriors to the battlefield. You can use this command ability at the end of your movement phase. If you do so, pick one friendly model that has this command ability and has not been used before in battle. That model summons one of the following units to the battlefield: one courtier, one unit of up to 3 knights, or one unit of up to 20 serfs. I don't know what they are, to be honest. The summon unit is added to your army and must be set up wholly within 6 inches of the edge of the battlefield and more than 9 inches from any enemy units. That's a brilliant ability. Okay, then we've got Crypt Ghouls. 2 attacks each, 4 up to hit and wound, no rend. 1 wound each. 6 up save, so yeah, pretty weak. So, okay, abilities. Boundless Ferocity. When Crypt Ghouls gather in large numbers, Ferocity knows no bounds. Add 1 to the attached characteristic of this unit's sharpened teeth and filthy claws, while this unit has 20 or more models. So you better hope you're going first in this game, if you've only got 20 of these guys. And then they've got another one called Royal Approval. Crypt Ghouls will always do their utmost to attract the attention of their sovereign. You can re-roll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by this unit while it is wholly within 18 inches of any friendly aberrants. Okay, so that's very good. And then we've got our flayers. So they've got Death Scream, which is a 10-inch range. It's just 1 attack. And it says see below for the details. So Death Scream can unleash an ultrasonic cry that can kill or debilitate their victims. Do not use the attack sequence for an attack made with the blah 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 blah. Okay, so basically you roll 2d6 and then subtract 2 if your target is more than 3 inches away. If the result is higher than your target's bravery, that target suffers a number of mortal wounds, which is the difference. So if I was to look at, it's going to be difficult, really. Anyway, right, then we've got Piercing Talons, which is a really good one, actually. 4 attacks, 4 up to hit and 3 up to wound, -1 rend. Okay, and just before we get to the end, we come to Kingdom of the Cannibals. Zandria Ezrabolt and her troops have invaded the realm of the Aberrant Archregent Gorslak Marrowmore. Enraged, the insane vampire has assembled his court for war. And then it's got some narrative stuff there. So, Stormcast Eternal's route has been blocked by a force of flesh eaters under the command of the Aberrant Archregent Gorslak Marrowmore. The 2 armies clash amidst the rubble of abandoned graves, the macabre lair of the Flesh Eater King and his ghoulish followers. So the armies are our Archregent, our 3 Flayers, and our 20 Crypt Ghouls. So that's all the models that we received today. Up against the Knight Incantor and Knight Questor. And that Knight Questor is going to be Zandria Ezrabolt. Knight Incantor, 3 Castigators, 1 Gryph-hound and 5 Sequitors. Okay. It's got our battlefield map, and then we've got this to lay in the middle. So this is a piece of scenery. Now this piece of scenery you can actually buy, I believe. So I'll probably purchase this just for just to play this scenario. One player commands a Stormcast and the other one blah 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 blah. Okay, and it's got some different rules for it now. Anyway, so that's that. So this is our first premium content. And with premium content being £2 an issue, so this has cost us 40 quid. So is this worth 40 quid? Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, to be honest. I'm not 1,000% sure on what the costs are, but I'm going to hazard a guess at these being 20 quid, these being maybe 25 quid, this being 15 quid. I do hold good value on the magazine portions of what we do. I do like them. I do go back to them very often. And obviously a pot of shade is always a good thing. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. I'm really pleased with what we've got so far. So that's what we've got premium wise now. So next we've got the Sylvaneth. I can't remember what the exact content is for that, but I know that I have got some Sylvaneth models as well. I used them to, so Sylvaneth. I have used those to convert into some tree men for Blood Bowl. But anyway, I look forward to receiving them as well. And going forward, we'll have the Orruk War Clans, which I'm really looking forward to. I nearly bought some recently to create a kill team, so I'm glad I haven't bought that yet. And then we're going to finish up with issue 80 with Blades of Corn. Now, I say with issue 80 because I received this today with issue 16. So we're a little bit ahead of ourselves. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're not. Because obviously Hachette is now moved down to, because of the coronavirus and all that kind of stuff, it's moved down to 2 issues at a time. So that's reduced the amount of time between receiving the premium content. So I'm not sure if they will stick to their original schedule for premium content for the next ones, for which if it is just 2 issues a month, that means that we could effectively receive it around about issue 30. So I'm not sure how that will go. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. So if you want to see some more stuff about the Flesh Eater Corpse, let me know in the comments and drop a subscribe, and I'll see you soon.